In this tutorial, we're going to introduce linear regression in R.
So there's no packages to install here, so we can start off right away by just pulling in our data, which we're going to do mtcars here. Now, just with this function alone, we can pull in our built-in data, and we can see it's all here with all of our cars. So in our next line, we're going to run our linear model. So we're going to name this model. We're going to do LM, which stands for linear model. We're going to pass through MPG, and we're going to use this little squiggle, which should be next to your 1 key. HP plus WT, and we're going to specify our data is mtcars. We're going to run this, and now we can see we have a model here. Now, all these variables was just these here, so MPG, horsepower and weight, so HP and WT, and now we've ran our linear model. This is the only function that you need to run your linear model, and then it'll save it here. Now, when we press into it, you can see there's not really much you get out of just pressing in, so we have to run another function after called summary model. Now here is where we can get our results for the model. Now, once we run our function, we have miles per gallon is our dependent variable, and horsepower and weight are our independent variables. So we could see here that for every additional unit of horsepower, our miles per gallon is going down by 0.031. Now, on the other hand, for weight, for every additional unit of weight, our miles per gallon is going down just about 4 miles per gallon. Now, that would make sense as the heavier the car, the more it's going to pull on the engine, the more gas you're going to use. So we can see that intuitively it makes sense as well. Now, to make sure that these results are significant, we come here to our p-value. We could see that here we do have significance at 0.01, and that would line up to what we have here as our significant codes. And we have a 3-star significant code here, so we could assume it's going to be around here, about 0, so highly significant. We could also come down to the bottom here, where we have our multiple R squared, which is going to explain variation in miles per gallon with our 2 predictors. And for the entire model, our p-value is extremely low, so we know that this is a highly significant model. Now, next, we're going to graph some of these results, mainly our residuals. So we're going to use par, which is used for graphing parameters, which is what we're going to instill here. Now we're going to do mfro, which allows us to specify the size of our graph, and we're going to do 2 by 2 here, and we'll see why in a second. And once we've defined this of how we want our graph to be laid out, we could then plot it. So let's plot our model now, and we could see here our 2 by 2 graph. So instead of having 4 separate plots where we have to click through here, we just have one where we see everything in one.